lot of guys, I just saw an article yesterday about Texas, like how more contractors are self-performing more work. It was briefly about the tech stop market and how a lot of these big contractors started to sub out more work years ago, but now they're coming back to self-performing more work. And I think self-performing is very advantageous when it comes to just
control,
owning your destiny.
Yes.
Like the schedule is yours.
Yes.
Which is a big deal.
Yeah.
Really big deal. Because like concrete, you can go get the subgrade in for a road, for example. You can't pave it until the curb's in.
Right. Critical path.
Yeah, it's critical path. So it's the concrete guy can't show up for a week.
Yeah.
You can't do anything about it.
Yeah, it's been interesting. And with it being a sister company, that's been interesting too. But I mean, there's some advantages and some disadvantages. So
yeah, so it's you kept the company branded separately.
Yeah, kept it separate because we want them to be able to fill their voids of work with our competitors.
Yep.
You know.
Yep.
So there is a veil there.
Yeah.
But it's overall it's been good, and I feel like we're figuring some stuff out.
Sure.
But concrete's tough.
It's really tough. It's super tough. I mean, it's a brutal business, but it's necessary.
Yeah.
I mean, it's on every job everywhere. It's the most used building material in human history.
Yep.
So the stuff it's pretty valuable. How'd you get going in the first place?
Oh man, fell into it. So I grew up like on a farm, running equipment, hard manual labor
in Utah.
Just working with my dad and my dad's uncle who he worked for. And then my uncle on the other side of the family, he was a farmer. Okay. So I loved building things. I loved running the equipment the most, especially when you're in like an atmosphere where you're doing a lot of manual labor. Mm-hmm. Of course you want to be in the machine, and the machines are cool.
And especially as a kid.
Yeah.
Too.
That's how we are.
Holy grail. Yeah.
So, I got back from my mission and I had this idea that, hey, I'm going to buy some equipment and start moving dirt. So I bought a skid steer and a dump truck.
And you do a mission, what, 18? 19?
Yeah, 19. So I got back when I was 21. And so bought the skid steer, case, 40 XT.
Nice.
Yeah, it was awesome.
Uh-huh.
GMC, bobtail dump truck.
Sure.
And just started moving dirt I had a couple buddies that were like landscape contractors. So started moving dirt for them. I named the company Landmark Excavating because my dad's a real estate broker and his company is Landmark Real Estate. So I'm like,
why
makes
not?
Sense.
Yeah.
So that was in 2003.
Okay.
Just started doing that and moved to St. George to go to school, got married, moved to St. George, had no work, knew no one down there.
Sure.
Got a contract with a big developer to grade off lots and pick up construction garbage. So that's what I would do.
How'd you get the contract?
Just went and talked to the guy in charge.
Yeah.
Hey, I'm here. I just showed up. I'm new in town.
Uh-huh.
So I think I had like some like classified ads too.
Okay.
Which I'll tell a story about that. But anyways, yeah, grading off lots, removing excess dirt, picking up lumber, dumping it in dumpsters. That was what I did. Mm-hmm. So then my first government contract was the BLM reached out to me. They're like, hey, we've got this job. It's out on the Arizona Strip.
Okay.
It's like loading material from this wash and then hauling it up to this dirt airstrip. Mm-hmm. And do you want to bid it? Yeah, of course.
Yeah, sign me up. Yeah.
So I drive out there. If you were to go to Mesquite and then like leave Mesquite and drive on a dirt road for about an hour and a half east into the middle of nowhere, that's where this job was.
That's a like off the map part of the country. I feel like every time I go through Mesquite, I'm like, I've never thought about this place ever. Yep. There's not a lot going on out here, but
Just a little bit of gambling and a lot of heat.
Yeah, more than a little bit of gambling. There's gambling everywhere. Yeah.
So I drive out there, like it took me forever to even find the site, and I check it out and I go home. I called one of my mentors and he's like, yeah, this is what you need to do. So I like turn in the bid. I think it was like over $200 a yard to move this material, which I thought was just crazy.
Yeah.
So I turn it in. It's an $11,000 contract and I get the job. And so then I'm like, well, work plan. How am I going to do this? So I call up my dad and he's like, I'm in. So we rented another truck.
Okay.
We take the skid steer and 2 dump trucks out there in the middle of the desert and we just start working. And so we work all day, all night. We're like halfway through the next day. We're like, well, what should we do? Let's just keep going. So we get to this point where it's like, okay, we can either finish the job and like maybe barely have enough fuel to get back, or we just pause, drive back to Mesquite, get more fuel, come back and finish. Yeah. Let's go for it.
Yeah,
So we went for it and then we just coasted into Mesquite and finished the job.
Did you make money on that job?
Yeah. Nice. Yeah, we made really good money. Nice. So we worked without sleeping for like 2.5 days.
Yeah.
We get back to my house and like, I'm just totally wasted. My dad showers and he's like, see you guys later. He drives home to Salt Lake. He's a wild man.
How'd you figure out how to put like bid the job? You just kind of make it up?
Yeah, I just made it up back then. I figured like, I mean, everything I was doing back then was like T&M hourly rates. Like I wasn't really into bidding.
Sure.
So yeah, I had a really good mentor. He gave me some advice and,
how'd you find the mentor?
Family friend.
Okay.
His name's Ken Condi, owner of Condi Construction.
I've heard of that.
Yeah, they're based out of Springville, where I grew up.
Okay. Yeah, I asked these questions because a lot of people, like even just the other day, people ask, I don't know why, people ask me advice when it comes to earth moving businesses. And I always preface it.
You're an expert.
I'm not the guy to talk to. I promise you, I'm not the guy. But I feel like people overcomplicate things a little bit.
Yeah.
Like like, how do I get more work? It's like,
go talk to people.
Talk to people. I don't know. Like it's not that difficult. Like it's, or like, how do I figure out how to bid a job? Like, I don't know. Like, take your best guess, do the job,
estimating,
and then and then compare at the end. And now that you have real numbers, compare them to the numbers you put on it, and then use that information to bid the next one better. Like,
right.
That's kind of how it works. That's how everybody's done it. I don't know a single person that's had this like playbook on how to start a construction company. Oh, I've just ran the playbook, or I had like the perfect guy to show me everything. It's like, no, I've just figured it out. Which I feel like that's just the common, that's why I love this world, is because you just have to figure it out.
Yeah.
In a lot of ways. Now there's not as much margin for error nowadays.
Right.
Because of insurance and bonding and requirements and lawyers and environmental, and you can go down the list, but it still is. I mean, I know guys still starting today, and that's how they're doing it. Like a friend of mine, he's over in Heber.
Okay.
My friend Bridger Snow, not too far from you. And he's like textbook example of this. He's in his early 20s. He's running a crew. He's kicking ass, and that's all he's done. Is like he's just worked and he's just figured it out. There you go.
That's what I love about it.
Yeah.
Just show up, go to work, work hard, build something.
Yeah.
Go home at night.
Yeah. It's cool. It's cool your dad was down to help out too. That's
pretty neat.
He's
still that way.
Is he?
Yeah. Yeah. he like often we'll be in a meeting and people will be looking outside like, what the heck? Oh, that's my dad. He's just fertilizing the lawn. No, that's one of his things. He's an old farmer.
How old is he?
He's 67.
Okay.
Yeah.
I feel like that too, when you get to that stage in life, you just don't give a shit anymore about what people think.
Yeah.
So,
yeah.
For better or for worse, like you just do whatever you want.
Yep.
And if you're smart enough, like at our age, you're just like, yep, that's just what they do. Like
that's why the grass is so green, because so he does funny. That.
Oh, it cracks me up.
Comes around every few months.
So you got going, and then you just go down this path. Huh?
Yeah. So, that I was down at school in St. George for a couple semesters, and then left St. George, went back to Utah County.
So you were doing work while in school?
Yeah. Yeah. Night school, working during the day.
Oh, wow.
Yeah. Newly married, just trying to figure it out.
Did you finish school?
No. No. So went back to Utah County, went to school there. It's kind of the same thing. School at night, work during the day, and then got to the point where I was just too busy.
Yeah.
And I regret it. I wish that I would have like had a more solid plan and really got into construction management and plowed through it and finished. But it is what it is.
It's worked out okay for you.
Yeah. So, like I said, my dad, he owns a real estate company. And so he was doing real estate development. And I got my real estate license as well at that same time while I was moving dirt, and then was helping him on the development side of things. And it was like, well, we're having a hard time finding contractors to do this and that. Like, I saw the numbers. I'm like, well, I could do that.
Yeah.
So hired some guys and just started from there. Like it was power trench and water services in the beginning. Mm-hmm. And then it grew to like, okay, I'm going to like my first full size machine was a 315.
Oh, nice.
Yeah. I bought a 315 excavator from Wheeler, and, I did like a small phase of a subdivision.
Was that the first time you'd hired people?
Yeah.
How'd you find people to hire?
How did I find my first guys? I think they were guys that were just working for like one of the contractors that I was working around. Yeah. And it wasn't like I poached them, but it was a mutual agreement.
Develop a relationship.
Like, hey, these guys should come work for you. Sure. They're a better fit for you.
Yeah.
So they came on board, and then my mentor was like, hey, we got this contract in Bullhead City. We're going to be down there for 2 years. Why don't you come and do sewer laterals for us?
Nice.
So we went down there we were down there for about 18 months. Mm-hmm. So I moved my whole operation down there.
Just doing sewer laterals?
Yeah.
For 18 months?
Yeah.
It's a lot of laterals.
It was.
It's a big development, whatever it was.
Well, it was installing a sewer system in Bullhead City. They were all on septics.
Wow. Yeah. Okay. I see.
Yeah. There were 2 phases of it. Condi got the first phase, and then when they got the second phase, that's when I came in.
Okay.
Yeah. So it was sewer laterals, connections, septic tank abandonment.
Sweet.
And then started hiring more guys in Utah County and building another crew there. Mm-hmm. And before we knew it, I had like 40 employees, maybe 50 employees. And then 2008 hit.
Yeah. Yeah.
It's like, oh. So that was about the same time that Bullhead ended. So that hurt because that was just like steady work. Mm-hmm. We had done a couple UDOT work projects, and we had just gotten into bonding work. Okay. So it was like, okay, this will still work. It will be okay. And I was going to pre-bids and bid openings with like 40 other contractors.
Yeah.
It was insane.
Yeah.
And so I don't know what it was. Somehow I knew what I was doing because I was like man, I have good credit. I have a good reputation. Like, I'm going to just downsize this thing to virtually nothing and wait this thing out. So, had a contact out of northern Idaho who heard about my fleet of equipment. This is a testimony for Caterpillar. It was all like nice cat equipment. He flew down, looked at what I had, and wrote me a check for everything except for one. I kept enough for one crew.
Wow.
And then it was gone.
Wow.
So, I mean, I had equity and stuff, and I was upside down and stuff, and it all kind of washed out.
No, I think one of the most important organizations within the construction industry is Caterpillar Finance.
Yeah.
Like, I could not give Caterpillar Finance more credit for starting more just straight up American businesses. I mean, it's insane what they'll give you.
Yeah.
Like, I mean, the difference between buying a pickup truck versus buying a Caterpillar machine, because I bought skid steer years ago now, it was like, this is it? Yeah. Like, you guys, you're just like, I feel like you just pick the machine up. Like, I don't even need to sign for anything. No. We'll just send it to you. Like, it's the most, and it's not a criticism. Like, it's great. Like, that's how I wish buying a pickup truck was.
Yeah.
Like, buying a pickup truck's like, it's a disaster. Or God forbid you go buy a house, whatever that is. Like, but you could go buy whatever you want from Caterpillar and no questions asked. Like, just
yeah. Do you think it's they know what they've got? You know?
Yeah, I mean, it's working out for them.
Yeah.
But there's so many people that I know. Like, I mean, without that, they wouldn't have been able to grow nearly how they've grown.
Yeah.
But that's, and sitting here now in 2025, it's more matter of fact. But at the time, that's still probably like among the worst things that's happened to you.
Yeah.
Having to, I mean, let that many people go.
Yes.
And like, it's the only way through it. Like, that's the hardest thing about business, is that, especially early in business, I maybe not even early. Maybe I'm just lying to myself by saying it's just early in business. I think it's throughout business. Is you can only avoid so many mistakes, but you are going there. There are mistakes that will be made all over the place, and unfortunately, those mistakes often have consequences in the form of people. And that. Like, it's like, if stuff happens to me, it's fine. I'm good. Like, this is what I signed up for. But that when you're hurting other people, that's when it really sucks. Yeah. Because of your decision making, other people are getting hurt. It's like, and even if it's out of your control, like 2008, like that was the perfect storm. But you're still the guy. And to be in that position, it sucks. Because I've been there. I've made those dumb decisions.
Yeah. It was such an interesting process because, I mean, it's cliche, but because I'll say I'm so glad that I went through it. You know, and I think
you are.
Because I've learned, right? But just to go through that and learn those lessons at such a young age. I mean, I would way rather learn those lessons in my mid-20s than in my mid-40s where I am now.
Yeah.
So, but it was tough with the people. Some of them I got to see their true colors, and so that was a learning experience as well. Because I had, like, some of my people I had negotiated, like, hey, can't afford to keep you on at salary, but I've negotiated this work. Like, hey, let's put on our boots. Let's go to work. Let's figure out how to get through it.
Yeah.
And some of them were like, nah,
sure.
That's not me.
Yeah.
Like, what? I thought we were in this together, but and then others were extremely loyal.
Well, it goes both ways.
Yeah.
Yeah. You really do see what you got. I've I've thought a lot about this too, because I'm I started our business at my 23rd birthday. So
okay.
23. So it was a little later, but not by much. And then we grew and just made some stupid financial decisions that I just dumb, just really dumb shit. But I look at it now and I'm not there yet where I'm like, oh, that was cheap. But it's like one day that's going to be really cheap in the grand scheme of things. And I'm so glad I did that in my 20s. Yeah. Like I've touched that stove. I know it's hot. I don't need to go touch it again. Like I'm good to go, man. Yep. So now it's like, it doesn't make the interim any more fun, but now I'm like, I'm glad I did that. And going forward, I'll just be more and more glad I did that because I think those lessons will then be with me. I mean, forever. Like I've got that forever. I have that education. Yep. I'm not forgetting it. You don't forget them. No, especially the stuff that really hurts. Like, that doesn't go away.
Works great.
Yeah. Making good money.
Making good money. Yeah. Like we had landed some awesome contracts. We had a big Central Utah water project going on at the time. And so I was like, well, okay. So ultimately, I didn't know what I was going to do. Like I knew I wanted to be in construction, but thought maybe real estate was the way I should go because I could feel the real estate market coming back. And had a little bit of a sour taste in my mouth for construction, like in terms of operating the whole thing because it was so hard what I had gone through. Yeah. And as soon as the word got out that I was leaving the company that I was with, the guys that were loyal immediately called me and was like, "Hey, we want to come back to work for you." It's like, okay. So, fired Landmark back up. Like it was never shut down, but it just wasn't really operating. Fired it back up and landed some subcontract work at first, and then more developments, then more public work, and now here we are.
Wow. So this was like 2011?
Yeah. Okay. 2011, 2012. Wow. And then, so from then we went from 0 to, over 200.
That's crazy.
Employees. Yeah. So
that's really wild.
A lot of growth.
The thing about, going back to people asking how to get work, the subcontractor stuff is huge as well. Yeah. Because every contractor that's bigger than you needs subcontractors. They do. For everything. And like you said, even when you started, you were cleaning up lots. Like there's always something that somebody needs help with. And if you do the stuff no one else wants to do, there's a lot of opportunity there.
Go do it and do it well.
Yeah. Yes.
And make the general just love you.
Yeah.
And go to work for who you want to be, right?
But it's not that hard. You just show up every day.
Yeah, on time.
And you just do the job they've asked you to do. Mm-hmm. That's kind of it.
The bar's pretty low these days,
It's really not that much more, especially when it comes to being a subcontractor. It's like, just do what you're supposed to do and you'll be good to go. That's fascinating. That's really interesting. So it was your wife that said, "Hey, get back out there," huh?
Yeah, it was her. She like, it was totally unexpected. Like we were driving back from a long weekend trip. It was on Memorial Day, actually. We were coming back from Lake Powell, and she turns to me and she goes, "I want you to go in and I want you to quit your job tomorrow."
Wow.
And I was like, "What?" She's like, "This isn't you, and you need to go and you need to be you."
Wow.
So it was interesting that she saw something that I didn't see.
That's extraordinary.
Yeah.
Huh.
Especially for a wife,
Sure.
Like, nervous about
being
taken care of.
At this point, you have young kids.
Yeah. Yeah. At that point, I would have had 3 kids.
So 3 young girls.
Yep.
And so there's a lot, like the risk is not nothing. It's not like you and her in an apartment.
Right.
A small apartment.
Yeah.
some cheap furniture.
No, there,
Wow.
yeah, it was everything.
That's fascinating. That's really something. It is interesting though. Like if you are built to go build stuff, like I've just fully accepted, for better or for worse. There's a lot of days where it's like, man, I wish I could just work Monday through Friday.
Yeah.
And then just watch some football on the weekend
Mm-hmm.
and then go back to work Monday. Like that's a really nice lifestyle. It's really nice. I envy it a lot of days, but it's just like, but that's just not the program I'm on.
That's not you.
It's just not, it's not it. And it doesn't make it any easier to know that, but it does in some ways to know it's like, this is just the program I'm on.
Yeah. I feel like I struggled with that more like as I was younger.
Yeah.
And now that I'm older in my career, I really understand, because I'll have those same thoughts. Sure would be nice, it's Saturday, it's Sunday, not be thinking about work, not be doing work.
Sure.
But it's just not me. And I know that I wouldn't be happy any other way.
Yeah.
And my wife saw that, and that's why I am where I am.
Married the right woman.
I did.
That's for sure. Yeah.
Yeah.
See, you, and then word just got out naturally.
Mm-hmm.
It's a pretty small world.
Yeah.
At the end of the day.
Yeah.
So
the
people
Utah bubble.
Call you. Yeah. And said, all right, let's go.
Yeah. Let's do it. So, yeah, just a lot of private development stuff in the beginning, and then got bonding capacity back up where it needed to be and started to chip away at public work. And so we really want to be 50% private work, 50% public work, try to stay well balanced. And it's ebbed and flowed. Sure. This past year, it's been pretty heavy in the private stuff because it's been so busy. But public is going crazy right now.
Yeah, and Utah, we were talking this morning. I mean, Utah is a crazy market from both public and private. Like the amount, even whenever I go to Utah, even just like the road construction, it's like, and even just the money UDOT has, it's like, where does all this money come from? Like,
there's no construction going on, road construction here in Tennessee.
Tennessee's budget is a disaster.
Yeah.
It's crazy. Like even. The whole Tennessee thing, like see that stadium down the road that they're building? Mm-hmm. That is going to cost taxpayers $1 billion in interest. $1 billion in interest. So we can do that kind of stuff, but roads, you're going to have to wait on that. But you go somewhere, even like Arizona, like ADOT, UDOT, like some of these programs that they run, they're extraordinary.
Yeah.
Like their roads are just, I go to Utah. It's just like, this is incredible. How many highways, like these are really nice functional highways. And I get it. There's also like the benefit of planning a city more effectively.
Yeah, that's true.
And it's newer. I get that, but it's like every highway is under construction in Utah every time I go there to grow it, to make it even better, which is,
they're forward thinking.
Yeah. And then you have all of the people moving to Utah, which is then just blowing up the private market.
Right.
And it's just construction everywhere.
Yeah, it's wild. I mean, when the pandemic hit, the feelings that I had were like, oh man, 2008. Like I'm feeling this. Yeah. We had like 3 contracts within like 2 days. Call and pause. But then within a week later, everyone was like, no, go.
Sure. Yeah.
And then it just went berserk.
Yeah.
It was so wild.
Yeah. I there was a contractor I knew in the Southeast. I mean, they were running like 300-400 guys, maybe even more. I mean, 500. I don't know what it was, but it was all for one developer.
Holy cow.
And the developer 2020, it just said, hey, we're just going to stop. Yeah. And then the whole company shut down for then like 4 weeks or whatever it was, 6 weeks. And then like 8 weeks later, they're hiring more people. Like they're busier than they were before. It's just like, what just happened? It was in a few month period. They went from like, yep, the company's going to get shut down to we have more backlog than we've ever had before.
Yep.
In just this little window. It's like, and at the time I was just looking around like, what is happening? How is this happening? This is just wild.
It was so weird.
So weird. So weird. But you had these massive influxes of people into Florida, Carolinas, Tennessee, Georgia, Utah, Arizona, Idaho especially. Yeah. Idaho's just blown up. Boise's.
Yeah. Boise was right there with us or leading the way, right?
Yeah.
It was nuts. Yeah. At that time, like people, if we want to talk about people, it became a real problem. Like you have a pulse, you can pass a drug screen.
Yeah.
You'll give us 50% of what we need. Okay, come fill the spot. Like, sure. Let's go.
Yeah.
So it was so difficult to find people. It was so difficult to keep people. Mm-hmm. We were lucky if like 3 out of the 10 people we hired would stay on board for longer than a couple days.
Really?
Because there wasn't anything else going on, you know? Uh-huh. And so people needed work and we were hiring like crazy.
Yeah.
So it was like, oh, yeah, you've worked fast food. Uh-huh. Yep, you're qualified.
Sure.
Come, try it.
Yeah, you show them a picture of like a shovel. Do you know what this is? It's a shovel. Oh, yeah, you're hired. Yeah.
And it's one of those things where like, oh, yeah, I see construction workers. That looks cool. Mm-hmm. I'd like to do it. Oh, this is really hard work.
Yeah, and it's July. You're like, I'm good.
Yeah.
I'm going to go to the Amazon warehouse down the street.
Yeah.
Are there consequences to hiring like that?
Yes. Yes. Like, I don't know. I look back and it's like, what could we have done better or different? I'm sure there's a lot of things that we could have done better and different, but it worked out. Like we got through it.
Yeah.
But the program that we're running now is amazing because of the person that we got running it. So we have an employee experience guy.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
Okay.
So he's our director of safety and employee experience.
Yeah. What's his name?
Jake.
Yeah. I've talked to Jake.
Yeah.
Yep.
So there's probably not many people out there like Jake that have such a passion for safety and construction, and also like the essence of human beings. Mm-hmm. Like he just loves people. Mm-hmm. And so
which is rare in construction.
Yes.
There's a lot of very cynical people in the construction industry about people.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And like the way he approaches safety too in that same avenue.
Well, and there's a lot of cynical people in safety in the construction industry too. Like you're a child, we're going to treat you like a child.
Yes.
Because I just can't trust you. And which I think is the worst approach to safety ever.
Yes.
But that's a majority, I would say. That's like the main thesis of safety is just treat everybody like children and we're good to go. But I feel like the best safety programs are led by somebody like that it's out of like a legitimate sense of care for people.
Yes.
And you can tell the difference.
Yes.
It's very like, it's so obvious. And the program, they kind of look similar because it's all kind of the same rules and this and that, same principles, but they feel very different. And you can tell, you can just feel the difference.
Yeah. You talk with Jake and you're like, this is a genuine guy.
Yeah.
Yep.
Yeah.
I get it. And I mean, we see it from our employees. So like, I feel like the program that I was running, was, landmark family, we're family, like that's what we care about first. But in order to have a family, the family has to be supported, right? Mm-hmm. The bills have to be paid. Food has to be put on the table.
Perform.
We have to be profitable. Mm-hmm. So like bringing him on, what it has what it's allowed me to do is really focus on the business and being profitable. Mm-hmm. And he doesn't worry about that stuff. He worries about the people and keeping them safe and making sure that their experience is what it should be. Yeah. And so all of a sudden, like I guess what it comes down to is we had grown beyond what I was able to do, like what I was able to handle by focusing on both things. Right. Yeah. So within the first week, he comes to me and he's like, hey, do you know that we have 2 homeless people working for us? They do not have homes. And I'm going to take care of this if you're okay with it. Yeah. He goes and he takes care of it. He has what he's done is he's formalized like everything that I was doing in like an informal way, just as an owner. Like, yeah, you need a loan. Okay, we'll take care of this. Sure. You need help with this. We'll take care of it.
But once you have hundreds of people, you have to systematize that stuff. And that doesn't make it any less special. Like I read a book recently this year called Unreasonable Hospitality. Okay. I could not recommend it more. Like I do a lot of reading, and like, 1 in 10 books or like 1 in 20 books is like, man, that is something else. But it's all about this guy who was a restaurateur in New York City and how they built like some of the world's best restaurants. But, it's a really good book because they started as not a very good restaurant. And then it shows the whole process, and like you're tuning kind of bigger things at first, like the menu, and then you start to, the tuning gets finer and finer and finer and finer and finer. So they would give people these like custom treat bags after when they were leaving the restaurant. And I'm not doing a very good job explaining what they were, but he said, we'd sometimes then we'd start to systematize it because we were doing it so often that we're like, well, it's more effective if we just prepare these in advance because we know we're going to be giving them out. Right. And then he was like, well, then does that make it less special since we're like planning for it now and we're systematizing it? But he's like, no, it still means just as much to each individual person. But to do that at scale, you have to have a system to do it in the first place. Which I think is huge. Like I especially when you're dealing with hundreds of people, you have to have a structure to caring for people. It doesn't just, at that point, it doesn't just happen anymore because you cannot physically, if you spent all day just calling people even or visiting job sites all day, every day, you still couldn't get to your whole company enough to influence it like you used to. It just doesn't physically work.
Yeah, that's what he's done. He loves acronyms, so he's taken our programs and he's created these 3 acronyms. We have the CARE program, which is we offer professional counseling for those that are in need, whether it be stuff that's going on at home with their spouse, whether it's addiction recovery, whether it's other mental health issues. The AID program, which is an employee loan program. They fill out an application. We're not able to accept every loan, but they go through an underwriting process. And then the last program is the RISE program, which is he's formalized, like, we want to invest in your education. Like if you want to go and get additional certificates, if you want to go back to school, you want to get your CDL, we'll participate in that. You commit to us, we commit to you. Nice. So it's been awesome that he's been able to systematize like all of the stuff that I was doing as an owner before that we can't do it if it's not organized now.
Sure. Yeah. Yeah. That's fantastic. Yeah. That's really good.
One of the other things that he's done is, which I think has really helped with our employee retention, is he's put in place this log program where every employee and every manager is required to fill out a log every Friday, the end of every work week. And this log, it's just like 3 questions, and it just checks in on like, how are you feeling about your job site safety? How are you feeling about your manager? And how are you feeling about your own like mental and emotional health? And they rate it like on a scale from 1 to 5 or 0 to 5, I guess. And then all these logs come in, and they get, if there's low scores, they get pinged to him, and he's able to read through them and then check in with those employees.
How do you administer that?
Through Google Forms.
Okay.
Yeah. It's just a form. Yeah. And we use it through HCSS. So it's all, they have it with all their other.
Like through Heavy Job?
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah. It's through all of their other paperwork.
Interesting.
It's crazy. Like the messages that have come in that we've been able to field immediately. Like, hey, we need to check on this person, or there's something going on with this employee and their manager because they're not connecting, you know? So from like, Jake's been with me for 1.5 years now. In the last 12 months, our turnover has gone from, we break it up like in new hires. So we call a new hire 0 to 6 months, and then everyone else 6+ months. So our 0 to 6 months from like the pandemic until like a year ago, we were losing like 35% of our employees a month.
Oh, that's monthly.
Month, yes.
Woof. I was going to say 35% overall. I was like, that's not that bad.
Yeah, that's not bad. But
monthly,
that's insane.
That is.
So, I mean,
you're turning over a third.
Yes.
Every single.
And you have to sort through that because, you know, you get a lot of guys that you hire and then they show up for a day or whatever.
Yeah, probably majority of that's in the first week.
Yes.
Yeah, first few days.
But it was like 35% a month of those. And for our 6+ monthers, it was like 8%. So that's more in line with probably industry averages.
Yeah.
Where we're at today, 0 to 6 months, we're losing 8%.
Wow.
Yeah.
Holy smokes.
6+ months, we're losing 2%.
Wow.
So it's like, okay, it's working. Like all of these like systems that we've been putting in place, like employees are feeling heard. They have support. It's working.
But, and it's important too, like the whole turnover thing is a really big deal because it's really expensive.
Yes.
Like I think companies talk about it and how expensive it is and everybody knows it, but then it's like turnover is still horrendous. I mean, it's per person in the construction industry, every person's generating between, I don't know, $350,000, $500,000 in revenue.
Yep.
And then if that's like whatever your margin is, like that's a lot of income per person and a lot of value to the business per every person at that company. And if you're turning even one person over, like there's a cost to that, huge, a significant cost and huge cost. But then if you're not, then but you have to go first. Like you have to make the investment first. Mm-hmm. Then they stick around, which then makes the business better, which then generates more income.
Yes.
To then do more, to invest further in people, which then makes people better, which then makes the business better, and around you go. But I've like the more I've reflected upon this, the more I just hate the entitlement that businesses have. The more I think about like it, businesses are so entitled, especially the previous generation, especially the boomer generation. I'm going after the baby boomers because they've screwed up a lot of things for people like me and the upcoming generation. But they're even saying like people just don't want to work anymore. Yeah. Like that's I think that's a very entitled statement. So it's 100% the workforce's fault. It's not your fault at all. Your business is good to go. Your business is perfect. Bullshit. No, it's like people just don't want to work for you.
Right.
What else is it?
Yeah.
It's like they just don't want to work for you. You're just not competitive within the current labor market. And you can complain about it. And maybe that's like, oh, it sucks and this and that. It's like, okay, no one has a gun to your head saying you need to be a business owner too. If you don't want to be like, that's what business is being competitive. And if you can't get the people you need to do the work, you are failing when it comes to being competitive. And you might still be making money, but that's not the only metric. Like if you're turning people over left and right, you're just not there. And so I think like that's a phenomenal example of, listen, we went first, we invested, we systematized some of this stuff to make it work at a greater scale. And here's the benefit. Our people are winning, our company's winning, our customers are winning, and we're going to keep doing it.
Yeah.
it's not that hard.
What's so funny is like the whole employee logs thing, it was pitched to me and I'm like, okay, Jake, great. Whatever.
Yeah.
That sounds great. And now it's like one of my favorite things that we're doing.
Yeah. How did we do it before?
Yeah. It's like, oh, and it just provides a forum for the employees to get off their chest what they otherwise couldn't. Like they couldn't, it would take a personal meeting with someone from HR to have this type of connection. And now it's done like instantaneously.
Did you struggle to get people to buy into it initially?
Yeah. Like initially it was like, I don't think anyone's even going to read this. So, whatever. And then when you call them up and like, hey, I'm reading this. What's up?
Sure.
And you're like, oh, so I think it's just like any other system. Like you're asking employees to do something that's like an extra step beyond like shoveling or putting in pipe.
Yeah.
But now that they see the benefit of it, they're like, oh yeah, we're bought in.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. It's funny. I get messages like that a lot on social media. Like, I don't think you even read your messages, and then they'll write their message and then I'll respond because I have nothing better to do. Like I have no family. So Saturdays, of course, I'm reading messages on social media. And then they're always like, wow, like it's funny when they're not expecting a response and then you give them a response, how much further it goes, because that wasn't the expectation. Like there's sometimes you're expecting a response and you don't get it, then there's disappointment. Whereas if you're not expecting it, you can only go up from there. And it's funny how people react when you do respond. So that's interesting. That's really good.
It's been a fun process. He's also, since we're talking about people, we're the first state approved private apprenticeship program in Utah. Which is amazing. We're using BuildWit as our platform for that education.
Sure.
And so like not only we've got the people, we're retaining them because we're trying to take care of their needs, mentally, physically, emotionally. And then we've got a runway for them to excel and to grow and better themselves.
Yeah.
So I think that's the other part of it. It'll be fun to see what comes of that.
Utah it's non-union. It's kind of union, isn't it?
It's a mix.
It's a mix.
Yeah, I would say it's probably more non-union than union. Yeah. But yeah, there are union companies.
Yeah. Yeah, it is interesting how it is a mix. But the apprenticeship program, it's not a union thing.
It's not a union thing.
It's a state thing.
Yeah. Yep.
And what is it? How does it work?
So they enroll and we've got a curriculum that they follow. We've got 2 platforms approved right now, craft labor and then operating engineers. And then we're also putting a leadership platform together. That will be like not an apprenticeship. That's more of like a landmark thing.
Yeah.
But the craft laborer and then the operating engineer. So
they it's elective.
Yeah.
You can say if I'm an operator, I want to be a part of it.
Right.
To learn how to be better.
Yeah. And then they have mentors too.
Okay.
We assign mentors within the company to watch over those that are in the apprenticeship program.
And then I have to do a certain amount of training over a certain period of time.
Yep. Okay. Yep. Seems like it's like a 2-year program for the craft laborer, and then like a 3-year program for the operating engineer.
And it's through the state. Like, what does that mean?
So it's accredited through the state. So they will have as they complete it, they'll have an actual certificate that hopefully they stay working for us and use it, or they move on to someone else, and they have a certificate that they've completed the program.
But the accreditation, it makes it potentially gives them a greater market value.
I think so. Yeah. It's definitely, if we had a resume that had that on it, like, oh, okay.
Sure.
They've been through a program. They've got a certificate.
Yeah.
Let's see what this guy can do.
Yeah. Yeah. That's always the thing. Like when we talk to firms outside of construction, what I have to explain to them, like I need more training to get in a forklift in a warehouse.
Yeah.
Than I do a 980 cat loader.
Yep. Yeah. Yeah. I get that all the time, from friends. So like, what kind of license do your guys have? Yeah.
I'm like, you don't, like, legally speaking, you don't need any training. You don't need any license to run that 70-ton excavator.
Yeah. And
zero.
It's extremely dangerous.
Yes. Extremely dangerous and extremely expensive.
Yes.
It's $1 million machine, but you don't need a lick of anything to actually get in the cab and make it move. And it's like, they almost don't believe it at first. Like, nah, you're joking. You need something. It's like, no, you don't. Yeah. You don't need anything, which is crazy. It makes no sense, but that's pretty good.
Yeah, we're fixing it in a way, right?
It seems like it. Yeah, and I think it needs to be fixed.
Yeah.
Yeah, I don't think that's good. I mean, I think having no rules has allowed a lot of people to get into this world.
Yeah. That
wouldn't otherwise be in it. But the world has changed. That's just not the environment anymore. At the same time, like, from the liability standpoint, you can't just have somebody get in your machines and wiggle the sticks anymore.
Right.
And figure it out. Like, there's just not, and that's still happening in some places, smaller contractors, certain markets, et cetera. But that just doesn't, like, you can't afford that as a business. Like, no. Equipment rolling over but that's why, that's also one of my complaints is, like, the previous generation approaches everything like how it was with them coming up. But it's like, you guys came up in a different era. Mm-hmm. Like, you could roll equipment and then just go back to work.
Yeah. Yeah. Like, that's, and it wouldn't be on social media and no evidence. Yeah.
If you had a room full of old operators, you asked them, like, who's here to roll the machine? I would bet a majority of the hands in that room would go up. But if you roll a machine nowadays, you have to shut the job down, and it's on social media, and now you're going to potentially lose the contract. Like, all kinds of bad stuff's going to happen when I'm not advocating for rolling equipment, right? Even though I've been there, but that's how people came up. Like, that's how you learned back in the day, and even till, like, not that long ago. I mean, from, like, that was still in, like, the 90s. Where, I mean, people were still drinking on the job in the 90s. Yeah. that wasn't all that uncommon. And now, like, drinking on the job, it's like, that's like black and white. Yeah. The biggest no. But it's like, I mean, I talk to people, like, they're not that old, like 40s, 50s. Like, oh yeah, coming up. Everybody's drinking on the job. Like, Fridays, like, that's all we did. Like, that cooler in the bed of the truck, it was just beer. It wasn't water. That's what we did. And it's like, stay hydrated. You're not even that old. Like, that's not even that long ago. Just how dramatically things have changed in not even a generation, like a decade, 2 decades, which then requires a totally different approach to developing people now that we can't roll machines.
Yeah. I mean, I wonder, like, have the people changed? Like what you were saying about with like this generation, they just don't want to work. I don't think that's it, but I do think that there's higher standards. Like we've leveled up. Like we want better, right? And so that's the challenge. Like in our generation or in our industry, how do we replace this generation with like people that are educated and want to be in construction? Because a lot of us haven't raised our kids to like go into construction.
Yeah.
So,
well, it's also the generation that raised this generation complaining about this generation. It's like,
good point.
Yeah. Do you guys not look in the mirror? Like, does anybody else see the irony here? Like, who raised these people? It's like you did it. It's just such a, like for somebody that's younger, like for you or me, especially in business, it's just such a, I don't even have patience for that anymore. Yeah. I'm like, we don't have time for that. Okay. Like if that's what you're going to talk about, you guys can go hang out at the bar at the local association meeting, like you've been doing for the past 43 years, but just stay over there. Like, that's fine. You go do your own thing. You can run your business however you want to run your business. But like big picture, we don't have time for that. We've got to get on with it here. Like we have and it's interesting. I used to, whenever I would go abroad, I would come back into the United States and I'd be relieved every time I'd go through customs. Oh, thank God, I'm back. I'm back in America. But now that I'm older, I can kind of see what's really going on. And I've been going to more places around the world. And I come back and it's such an American thing to say, but it's like, man, I bought into this whole we're the best thing like my entire life. And now every trip I go on, I find out that we're not the best. We're not nearly as good as we think we are. We can be. Right. We have this potential, this brilliant system that the country was built upon that's allowed us to get here. But right now we're riding the coattails of a lot of what's happened in the past. And it's, I think, significantly degraded from what it should be and how it was designed to be. But you go out and I'm in, like Jakarta a week or two ago, and I'm in the airport in Jakarta. I'm like, all right, Jakarta, like how good can it be? Most beautiful airport I've ever been in. Gorgeous, unbelievable, this place. Everything about it, spectacular. And then I fly back into the United States and I land at O'Hare. And I'm just looking around. I'm like, this place sucks. Like this isn't good. Like, what are we doing here? We're spending, like, we just had this historic infrastructure bill, $1 trillion spent on what? Like, what did we get for it? What are we doing? Like, we're not nearly as good as we think we are. Our infrastructure is a leading indicator of where we're going. Our infrastructure is not where it needs to be, not even close. And it's not keeping pace with a lot of, most every other country I go to now is nicer in a lot of ways. Like most every other, it's not like one place. It's not like just Dubai. I'm like, man, wait, we should be like Dubai. It's like everywhere I go is better in a lot of different ways. And now, does Jakarta have some room to improve? 100%. Traffic, horrendous. So it's not like apples to apples, but
there's areas we could level up.
We have to. Our future, the United States of America is wholly dependent upon the quality of our infrastructure. Our infrastructure, like, and our quality of infrastructure is wholly dependent upon people and companies that build and maintain that infrastructure. And a lot of these companies are over here like complaining and just like, it's just not like the good old days, this and that. It's like, what are we doing? Do you guys not see the bigger picture? Like, we've got to get on with it here. There's a lot of work to do. There's this huge gap. Like, the whole future is on our shoulders right now, and we're sitting around complaining about the next generation. It's like, hey, like, let's look at the bigger picture here. Or even like we walked into this room talking about competition, like even some of the weird little like spats companies will get into. And it's like the guy down the street also moving dirt is not the competition.
Right.
Like you guys are in the same boat. Like you guys have the same pricing. You're bidding on the same projects. You're driving. You're killing each other. What are we doing here? Like you're so focused on what's right in front of you. You're not looking up and out. Which is why like I love pouring more and more energy into companies like yours that are, hey, we understand that. We want to be good competition, and we've figured out, like we've been through it like everybody else, the whole turnover thing. Yeah. It sucks.
Here's some things you can do.
There's a better way to do it.
Yeah.
And you've done it in
a year.
A year.
I got lucky. Yeah.
But it's not like you had to go tear the place down to the studs.
No, it's just like trusting in the process, like making that investment and trusting in it.
Yeah. And I don't mean to get on my soapbox. I need to get off the soapbox.
That is interesting. I was talking to, he's the president of like one of the largest milling companies in the US. Mm-hmm. And we were just casually talking, and he's like, you know that the American roads, like as an average, they rate like from a scale of an A to an F or like a D plus. Like, really?
Yeah.
This is the United States of America, you know?
Exactly. Yeah. It's like, why aren't, like, if we really are the best, we should have the best infrastructure.
Yeah.
That's a direct correlation there. Like if we are the best, like, again, the quality of our economy is dependent upon our infrastructure. Ultimately, you can get away with it for a while, but it's going to catch up with you at some point, because we can talk all day about AI, this and that. As long as there's human beings on planet Earth, we need to eat, we need to drink, we need to shit, we need somewhere to live. Like, those are the basic conditions that have to be met. How do you meet those conditions? Infrastructure.
Yep.
That's it.
Yeah.
That's it. And that's why I'm excited to be here, because it's like, and to work at a construction company, it's like, what more important work could you do for the community?
Yeah. Pretty essential.
Then build the community. I mean, it doesn't get any cooler than that in the grand scheme of things. And that romanticizes it a little bit. Like, it's not as cool when you're tying into a live sewer line, for example, or something like that. Like, you're probably like, when you're working in raw sewage, like, man, I'm really making the community better here.
But you are.
But like, someone has to do it.
Yeah.
Someone has to do it. So, I'm just like I spent my 20s like being impatient, like, can we get on with it? But it was an impatience born out of like arrogance. Like, I know what's going on here. I know best. Kind of like most males in their 20s.
Yeah.
You know best.
For sure.
I like, what are these old guys doing? Like, I have all the answers. And not that I'm like old, but now going into my 30s, it's like, all right, I don't know if my urgency was misplaced, but like how I got there was misplaced. It's not, I'm like getting back to that urgency of like, we've got to get on with the program here. Not because though that I know best, but just because I've just seen a lot. I have this data set no one else does.
Yeah.
And it's like the writing's on the wall. This isn't even that hard to figure out, but it's like, it's right there. It's staring us down right now. Can we get on with it? Like, let's get on with the program. Which is a weird place to be, but here we are.
Yeah.
So what I mean, what's next? What are you guys working on next from a people standpoint?
I mean, I would say mostly execution, right? Like
Sure.
you push through these barriers and make some good progress, and then have everything lined out in front of you, and then it just comes down to execution. So like, can we really execute this apprenticeship program? Like, can we get some people graduated? Can we, I mean, we're expecting even more growth over the next 5 years. You know, will our systems sustain that growth? Mm-hmm. What adjustments do we have to make? So that's what we're working on. I think the other thing that I should highlight too is, like, with this retention thing, you can't ignore that. Like, the higher of quality the recruit is, the better the retention is.
Sure. So
it's got to start like up front. And for us, I feel like a big part of that has come from social media, which I've been a guy that like has not been on social media. You know, my wife doesn't, she does enough for both of us.
Sure.
And I've just kind of stayed away from it, but we embraced social media as a company pretty heavily about 18 months ago.
Yeah.
And it's another one of those things where we're seeing the results. This is a perfect example. I had this motorcycle I was selling last week, and kid comes to pick up the motorcycle, and I find out he's going through the construction management program at UVU, and he works for a general contractor in the Valley. And so he's asking me about Landmark, and we're talking, and he mentioned he really liked heavy civil. And I was like, hey man, like, if you ever want to stop by,
sure.
You know, we've got positions that would fit you for sure. And he was a little bit standoffish, like, whoa, I'm happy where I'm at. I'm like, that's great.
Yeah, good for you. Yeah.
So don't think anything of it. Meet up with him 2 days later to give him some paperwork. And he's like, I pull up and he's just smiling. And he's like, Nate, I checked out your social media. And I'm like, okay. He's like, it's really cool. I want to come work for you guys.
Wow.
I'm like, really? And so these are the dots that I've connected. Like, I've worked really hard to have good company culture. And I feel like we do some cool things as a company. I feel like we take care of our employees. We do good work. But social media is a great way to get that information out there to people, because otherwise, how would they know who we are? You know,
Sure.
we're just not so glamorous construction company where people put on their boots and go to work each day. It's still a job. But social media is a way, it's a platform to get more information out there about your culture and who you really are as a company.
Yeah, I'm still warming up to the social media thing, so maybe I get there. maybe next year.
Yeah.
I honestly had never heard of you guys until 18 months ago.
Yeah.
I mean, I have a good sense of the Utah market, but yeah, until you got involved with us and I started to see stuff on social media, I was like, yeah. How about it? And then I think I called you. I was like, how many people do you have? And you're like, hundreds. Like, damn, that's a good size operation. but you just don't know.
We're still a little guy, but
yeah, but that's like you're bigger than a little guy at that point. But without that online presence, like to a growing percentage of the market, you don't exist.
Right.
If you're not there.
Yeah.
It just doesn't.
It's kind of like a website, right? Like a website 10, 15 years ago, you weren't in business if you didn't have a website.
Sure.
And now I think the same thing applies with social media.
Well, and being there's one thing, but
yeah,
I think businesses of anything happening on social media, it's like businesses are the worst because I've thought about this a lot too. You go on LinkedIn, a lot of it's just nonsense. It's like, what? No one cares. I'm sorry, but it's like, good for you guys. Oh, you're so good. You got this award. Congratulations. But me as an individual, I'm not going to go work for a company because you got some award. Like, I don't even know what that award is. I don't even know what that is. Like, that to me creates no value, but I think you guys do it really well too, because you just show what the heck's happening.
Yeah.
It's been great to follow along with.